started. Please feel free to introduce yourselves by writing your name and your school of attendance in the chat box. The way that this presentation is set up, if you want to just hop back in and out whenever the presenter that you're interested in is speaking, that's fine. This presentation is going to be recorded, so you probably saw that notification popped up. And it'll be added to a Google Drive that we will have for everybody, including all the resources that all our presenters will share with us today. So we'll be sure to send that out before we leave today. Feel free to keep your cameras off. Also make sure to mute yourselves just so that we limit our background noise. When prompted, please make sure to type in your questions in the chat box for that particular campus. Every campus will have their own 5 minutes of questions at the end, so that way your questions in the chat. It'll be much easier for us. And if you're an ETS participant, please make sure to contact your ETS advisor for any additional information and follow-up questions that you might have. If you're not an ETS participant, don't worry, we will explain a little bit towards the end how you can join our program. So I'll get started in maybe a minute or so. So if you haven't written your name already, please feel free to do so, and we'll get started shortly. Okay, so we're seeing more participants. If you are just joining us, welcome. Please make sure you sign in the chat box. So you'll also be hearing that throughout the time. That's totally fine. We'll just bear with us. So let's get started. So hi, everybody. On behalf of ETS, welcome. So today we wanted to host a community college fair for all of you. You know, this is during a virtual setting, so hopefully it'll be a little easier to follow along. But just to introduce our program, just because I know some students here might not be ETS participants, welcome. So ETS is a free federally funded program that we primarily serve low-income first-generation high school students successfully graduate from high school and enroll in post-secondary education, whether that be CSU, UC, private schools, or community colleges, right? So the focus of today was really to inform students about some of the local community colleges around that a lot of our students do end up applying to, and we wanted to kind of show you a little bit of, you know, how to apply, what are the things that you're going to need to apply, what are some special programs at these campuses, right? And so just to kind of get a general sense of what each campus has to offer. So again, feel free to hop back out and into the call depending on what campus you would like to hear from. And again, this presentation will be recorded and available to everyone at the end of the presentation. So before we get started, I kind of want to introduce all of the ETS facilitators for today. So my name is Diana Lasso. I'm one of the program specialists for ETS, and I've helped students from different campuses such as Gardena, Bell, Linwood, and Huntington Park. And so Jocelyn and Sienna, if you want to take a moment to introduce yourselves.
My name's Sienna Bush. I am also one of the program specialists for ETS for the South Bay side. And previous to this, I was the advisor for 2 years at Dominguez High School.
Hi, everyone. My name's Jocelyn. I'm also another program specialist, and I work mostly with the Palm Beach schools.
And so you'll also see some of our other ETS staff kind of monitoring the chat and answering any questions that you may have or letting folks in. So just to be a little bit mindful about that. But if Jocelyn, you want to take a moment to introduce our agenda for today, just so that participants know how today's going to go.
Yeah, thank you, Diana. So like Diana mentioned, you are all going to be able to jump in and jump out. Let's say you want to hear a little bit about Compton College and then you want to come back later for El Camino College, you can go ahead and leave the meeting and come back. So it's going to be really flexible. Not sure if the screen got messed up or if it's just on my end. But like I said, it's really flexible. If you want to come in and out, you're free to do so. So we're going to hear from Compton College, Cerritos College, Long Beach City College, and we are going to have a break between sessions in order for you to catch a drink of water, a snack, whatever it be. And then towards the end, we are going to have ELAC, and we're going to have Trade Tech and El Camino College. If for any student who is not part of ETS, we are going to talk about the program later on. So if you are interested in being part of our program, you can go ahead and do so later on. Feel free to take a picture of this agenda in case you are unable to stay through the whole session. You can just refer back to this agenda and say, okay, I'm going to come back at 4:20 or at 4:40. So feel free to do that right now if you would like to do so.
Okay,
And then
thank you for
you
that.
can just let me know when we're ready, Diana, and we can get started.
So our first facilitator will be Dr. Daisy Alfaro. So she's going to speak with us from Compton College. So if you would like to share your screen, Diana, if you can help us out so that they can present any materials that they have.
Yeah, Dr. Daisy Alfaro is already co-host, so she can go ahead and share her screen whenever she's ready.
Great.
Perfect.
One second. There we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome. And thank you so much for the opportunity to present today. So I'm here to let you know a little bit more about Compton College. And we always like to start off by highlighting one of the great moments of Compton College history that happened a couple years ago, back in 2019, when former First Lady Michelle Obama wore a Compton College sweatshirt and reminded us all of the great opportunities available at Compton College, of the great story of Compton College. And that story is about resilience. It's about overcoming the odds and making sure that we continue to provide opportunities to our communities, to our region. And right now we're all struggling. We're in the middle of a global pandemic, and I'm just so happy that you're all here to learn more about college, because whether it's, you're going to continue your journey at Compton College or at any other college, but I'm glad to see you, inspired to continue your journey, because we definitely need you to get prepared so that you could come back and be the leaders our communities needs. I'm grateful for this opportunity, and I hope that I can answer any questions you may have about Compton College after my presentation. But to start off, I want to let you know that Compton College is the 114th community college in the state of California. And we serve numerous communities in our, this is a map of our region, but we specifically serve, a lot of students are coming from Compton, Linwood, Paramount, some parts of Bell, Willowbrook. And these are just all like the region that we're focused on. And so we are outreaching to you all to let you know more about the opportunities available at Compton College. And I saw in the chat, there's some of you that are coming from Bell. And I saw some are coming from Dominguez Hills. So we work very closely with Dominguez Hills, but I look forward to working with the rest of you today. So a little bit about Compton College. We have 5 guided pathway divisions. And the way I want you to think about this is it's a pathway. But what does that really mean? So the best metaphor I could use is seeing it as an umbrella. This is the umbrella that houses all the different majors. And at Compton College, we offer 41 associate degrees and 38 certificates, and they're within each of these guided pathway divisions. So we have the business and industrial studies, health and public services, social sciences, fine arts, communication and humanities, and the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics pathway division. And so we offer, like I said, over 41 associate degrees. If you want to learn more, I'll be adding the link to the chat right after my presentation to let you know. I'll be providing you a website where you'll be able to see all the different majors that we offer. We also have a great number of student support programs that are ready to support you on your decision to continue your education at Compton College. We have the first year experience program, which is a program that puts you all in cohorts and groups about 30 students, which you're taking the same classes. And the reason why we do this and we have programs like this is because it really helps you transition to higher education. It helps you get into college, and it'll still feel like you're getting to know like a lot of students at once, but in a way where it's structured, and you get to see similar faces across your classes. And a lot of research shows that that has been very successful in ensuring that your success in college. We also have the Extended Opportunities Programs and Services program. And this is a program that has numerous benefits, such as they provide once we Okay. Since I'm still muted, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, great, thank you. And so EOPNS Care is a great program that has numerous benefits. They provide textbook vouchers, even gas cards once we start commuting. They'll even provide meal cards if you qualify for that program, and I'll let you know a little bit more about it later. We also have Guardian Scholars, so any student who identifies as a foster youth, it has access to numerous resources at our college. The Library Student Success Center is a great center that we have a brand new building where we house all of our tutoring, support services, and you'll have all of access to that once you come to Compton College. So we're truly committed to working together to make sure that you're successful in your classes as well as outside your classes. Now, I oversee the Promise program, and based on the chats, I noticed not that many people are coming from them, but I'm still gonna go over the Promise program. So just to let you know, the Promise program is a partnership between Compton, Linwood, and Paramount Unified School Districts. So if you're graduating from a high school from Compton Unified, Linwood Unified, or Paramount Unified, then you are eligible for a Promise program. In the next couple of weeks at your high schools at Compton, Linwood, or Paramount, you'll have some of our advisors go facilitate virtual workshops where you're going to be going over the different, we're gonna be going over the different steps to enrollment to make sure that you enroll in our program. So what does this do? The Promise program waives your enrollment fees during the first 2 years of college after you enroll in 12 units or more for the fall and spring semester. You'll receive up to $400 a year for books and course supplies. You'll participate in a free tablet laptop program that you'll get to keep when you register for your third semester at Compton College. And then you'll be part of our Compton College Graduate Advantage program that is in collaboration with UC Irvine. You'll also receive assistance from our team. So like I said, our team is gonna be going to Compton, Linwood, and Paramount high schools. I'm sorry, not going, but virtually hosting workshops for Linwood, Paramount, and Linwood, Paramount, and Compton high schools, where we're going to walk you through all the different steps to participate in this program. You'll also receive priority registration, and we are asking that you participate in the Summer Bridge program. It's going to help you help you succeed at Compton, transitioning into Compton College. So if you're part of our College Promise program, like I said, your enrollment fees are going to be paid for 2 years. That means that you're only going to be paying about $21 for the fall. Winter is $16, spring is $21, summer is $16. So you'll be saving about $1,840 for if you're part of a Promise program. You'll only be paying $74 a year at Compton College. So that's pretty. It's a huge savings, and it's because we want to make higher education is affordable to our students in their communities. Now I'm going to briefly go over the steps to enrollment. This is for in general. So like I said, for those of you that are part of our Promise High Schools, which includes Linwood, Paramount, and Compton, we'll be walking you through these steps. But for those of you that are not part of these districts, I'm going to walk through the different steps to enrollment. The first step is to apply for admission. The second is apply for financial aid. Complete the online orientation, meet with a counselor to get an educational plan, and register for classes. Now, this first step to apply it online, all you have to do is go to our website, www.compton.edu, and click on Apply Online, and you'll be directed to create an OpenCCC account, and it looks like this. You'll create an account first, and then you'll complete the Compton College application. So if you see this screen, it does not mean that you've completed your Compton College application. It just means that you will now, you've completed an account and you need to proceed to complete a Compton College application. So this is how it's going to look like. The second step is to complete your financial aid. So either the California DREAM Act or the FAFSA, and this is our school code. So make sure that you enter the Compton College school code, which is 042817. The same thing for the California DREAM Act application. Our code is 04281700. Orientation will be completed after you submit an application and you get your Compton College student ID as well as your student email, because you'll need that to activate My Compton, and this is the main student portal. There'll be a tile that says orientation, orientación, and both of those, the orientation is available in both English and Spanish. You'll then meet with a counselor to develop an educational plan. These are like a roadmap of what classes you're going to be taking at Compton College. And then you're going to use this information to register for classes. To meet with a counselor, you just go to our counseling department webpage, and they have virtual counseling available. So you could drop in or set up an appointment. To register for classes, you'll also be going to the My Compton portal, and that's like the little tile which says student services. And I'll be putting a flyer on the chat that tells you of all the different teams that are available on a daily basis to help you walk you through this process. So fees and costs. Enrollment fees is $46 per unit. There are student health service fees, which is $19 per fall and spring semesters and $16 for winter summer terms. Then there's a $2 student representation fees, and other costs might be parking, transportation, food, and housing. But ultimately, you're looking at about $1,914 per year if you come to fall, winter, spring, and summer. So what are the next steps? The first step is to complete a Compton College application. The second step is to complete the steps to enrollment, which includes a financial aid application, either the FAFSA or California DREAM Act, and entering our school codes, and participate in one of our enrollment cycles for those of you that are at Linwood, Paramount, or Compton schools. But ultimately, I want to leave time for questions if there's any questions, but we're truly committed to your success at Compton College, whether if it's graduating with a degree or certificate in 2 years, or transferring to a 4-year university, or if you're coming to train for a career. We're really excited about your future, and we hope that you choose Compton College to create your success story. So I would like to ask now if there's any questions or any comments about today's presentation. Do I still have time?
I believe you have a couple of minutes. We do have one question that came in the chat box.
Okay, great.
It said, do you need to fill out an application for the College Promise program, or will it automatically qualify you if you attend one of the high schools that you serve?
Oh, that's a great question. So you do have to complete the Compton College application. And so let me actually, what I'm gonna do, since I have a few minutes, is I'm gonna actually take you to, give me one second, stop share. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where you go, and then I'll add it to the chat room so that you could all join it. So if you see here, this is our Compton page. If you go to Future Students, Compton College Promise, and then this is the website. And then all you do is click on Apply Online, and then you'll submit. It's a quick form. It's about 5 to 10 minutes. It's just going to ask you like your information, your name, and date of birth, as well as what school you attended, what school do you attend, and then one of our advisors, whoever's assigned to that school, will be contacting you to walk you through the different steps to enrollment. Let me add that to the chat. So here is, I'm adding the website to the chat. So if you click on that, you're welcome to submit an application right now. And we look forward to working with you. Great question.
Hi, Dr. Alfaro. I have a follow-up with that question. Is there a deadline that students have to submit this form by?
Yeah, another great question. So yes, the deadline as of right now is April 30th. But always check with us. Always check with Compton College. And like if you go down, scroll down, you'll see that we have this email, promise@compton.edu. And I'll put this information on the chat as well. If you have any questions or if you ran into any issues submitting your application, don't hesitate to let me know.
Thank you so much. And then just to remind participants, any links or resources that Dr. Alfaro or any presenter share with us, we will have available for you all on a Google Drive. That way, you know, I know there's a lot of things going on in the chat. That way it just doesn't get lost.
And so what I'm doing on the chat right now is I'm adding some of those flyers that I've already provided. So I don't know if you're able to see them. So I've uploaded the Compton Promise flyer, which actually you go in there, click on it, it'll take you straight to our application. And I've also included the virtual steps. So for those students who are not part of our Promise schools, if you follow those steps that open up that flyer, you'll see that all of them have hyperlinks already embedded within the flyer. So all you need to do is click on it and it'll take you to that step that you need to complete. And we're offering daily workshops. So in the back, you'll see that all of our workshops that we offer, where we have different team members from the college assist you in completing all the steps to enrollment.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Dr. Alfaro.
Thank you.
Do we have any more questions? Feel free to also post your questions in the chat if you don't want to. I know you are unable to unmute yourselves, but we do have a few more minutes if anyone has last minute questions.
Let me, if I have a few more minutes, if I could share that flyer just to show you all, because I know the majority of the students here are from like Bell and other schools. So this is the steps to enrollment flyer, and it has all the different websites. And if you click on it, it'll take you straight to the website where you can get more information. But this is the second page where I was talking about our daily workshops. So if you click on it, let's say tomorrow you want to complete the admissions application. If you show up at 11 a.m., click on this at 11, it'll take you directly to our Zoom where you'll be able to work with our team members to help you, and they'll be able to assist you with the application.
And then I just did get a question right now. Someone asked, do you have to be a senior to apply to college, for college?
Great question. So I wish I knew. Do you know what high school you're at?
We're unsure where the high school is, but maybe if we can talk about dual enrollment if possible.
Yes. Okay, so and that's a great question. I'm glad that you're excited about starting college, even if you're not a senior, because we have numerous great opportunities. Because I remember I showed you that map. Compton College currently offers dual enrollment programs. And what that means is that you're able to take college courses while you're in high school. And we're currently offering those programs at Linwood, Paramount, and Compton Unified School Districts. So if you attend any of those high schools, we offer we offer courses in the fall, in the spring, and in the summer. So you're welcome to take any of these courses. If you're outside of these districts, you could also take these courses, but you're gonna have to follow, like work with admissions and records to get that in. But we offer numerous classes. They're all usually after school. So you're able to go to class during the day, and then after school, you could take our classes. And we offer classes like, I know in the summer, we're offering psychology, we're offering ethnic studies, we're offering numerous art programs, art courses, child development. And so those are just a few of the courses that we offer to high school students. So I want to encourage you to talk to your counselor at your high school and find out, you know, if they partner with Compton, then they know who to contact. I also receive a dual enrollment program, so it could be me, but we have different advisors that work for the different high schools. If you're at a different high school, talk to your counselor as well, because they might have a partnership with another community college. That's going to be easier for you to participate in dual enrollment programs. A great question.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for answering all the questions. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity, and sending you all my best wishes. And it's an exciting time, and we hope to see you at Compton College. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So next up, we do have Cerritos College, and I believe Ms. Garcia is here joining us. Should have access to share screen.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Marilu Garcia. I am the program assistant for our Promise program at Cerritos College. But we wanted to get started by actually talking a little bit more about Cerritos College in general, and then we'll be sharing some of that information toward the end. So I believe we have a Cerritos College representative here. If you would like to share your screen.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Aaliyah. I'm actually a current student at Cerritos College, and I'm also part of our school relations program. So I work also for Cerritos College, and my major is child development. So if you have any questions about that program, feel free to let me know. And also, I'll be transferring this year. So this is my last year at Cerritos College. So if you want to know about our transfer program, feel free to let me know as well. But like what Ms. Garcia said, I will be doing the first part of the presentation, which is a little bit about our college. So let me share my screen with you all. Here it is. So like I said, we are from Cerritos College. A few things about our programs. We do have one that is really good for first-time college students in any district, which is our Early Success program. All you need to do is turn in your admission application, do the self-reporting tool, which is basically a placement test, not really a test, more like a fill out where you could just fill out all your classes and you get placed into your English and your math courses and attend the new student online orientation for Falcon Edge. There you'll meet a few of the counselors and they'll give you tips and tricks and a little bit of what goes on for your meet up with them. So with the Falcon Edge orientation, you do need to meet with a counselor one-on-one. So there you'll see a few of the things that they offer, as well as a tip to how to enroll to classes, as well as meet a few other current students. I'll be there as well, and a few of my colleagues. And the deadline for this early success program is fall of Wednesday, May 5, 2021. If you've already turned in your admissions, done your self-report tool, and did the Falcon Edge orientation, you should automatically be in this early success program. However, if you're not sure, feel free to ask the counselors, or you could go to this website down below, which is cerritos.edu/ESP/. And then next up, so like I said, I am in the process of transferring this semester. So a few things that we have is our associate's degree for transfer. So some majors that we do offer at Cerritos College, you can receive an associate's degree for transfer. What that means is when you take classes at Cerritos College, you'll be focusing on your general education classes as well as your major classes. There you can take all the classes that you need and then get an associate's and be eligible to transfer out as well. So it's a really good system that we have. You can transfer to a Cal State of your dream or a UC of your dream, and it's way easier for you to transfer from college than at high school. You have a higher success rate and you do have a GPA advantage when applying to a CSU that is impacted or of a campus or a major. So what that means is if your major is really popular and is really a low risk of you getting acceptance, with an associate degree for transfer, you do get the advantage of transferring, which is what we recommend. And even if you don't get the first choice of Cal State that you want, we do still have guaranteed admissions to a Cal State system. So if you don't get accepted to the Cal State that you want, you are moved to another Cal State system. So eventually you'll still get accepted to a Cal State school system, which is that advantage that we have with an associate degree for transfer. So these are a few, 30 associate degrees that we have. So these are only the popular ones. There are a few more, I believe, but the ones that we have are really, I've heard a lot about is business are really popular. I'm in the early childhood development program. We also have elementary teacher education and a few others. There's a psychology, kinesiology. I have a few friends from that program as well. Sociology and speech. So those are a few of our popular ones. You'll look through these, and if you want more information about our majors, you could always go to our website, which is cerritos.edu, or just look up Cerritos College on Google and it should be the first website to pop up. And next up, so I've been talking about transferring. So a few of the transfer partnerships that we have available is transfer agreement guarantees, or TAG as what we call it. So like I said, this gives guaranteed admission to students who complete a core set of courses at Cerritos College. And you get to transfer full term to any of these UC and or private schools. So UC Davis, Irvine, Merced, Riverside, Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz. And then we have the private, Loyola, Laverne, Whittier, and many more colleges not listed right. So we have that program or partnership. And then we also have our university partnerships. So specifically, some programs we have on our campus, like Teacher Track program, has a specific Cal State partnership. So as you can see, Teacher Track, for those who want to enter in or want to major into either elementary teacher or education or child development education, may want to be interested in Teacher Track program. This is really good for any of those interested in education, and you can get a guaranteed admissions either to Cal State Long Beach or Cal State LA. If you don't get accepted to one or the other, you'll be transferred to either one that you want to apply for. And we also have partnerships with Berkeley, UCLA, Laverne, and CSUDH. Now, we also have national universities. So for there, we have a few specific majors. So there's also paralegal, criminal justice, and nursing RN completion. So if you're interested in those programs, we have those for national universities. Next up, so one of the really popular programs that we have is Scholars Honors Program, which is an honors program for a lot of students that may have a higher GPA than the rest. So ideally, for those students who wanna enter into maybe a higher education of UCs, there you can, a lot of the students in this program do have an advantage of admitting to their specific first choice college. So especially a couple, maybe this few years, it has risen. So before, it used to be 84% of students from this program get admitted to UCLA, but I believe it has risen to 92%. Now, that is a really big deal because I know a lot of you have heard of UCLA, and it's a really one of the most popular schools in our state. And so it can get pretty tricky to go to and apply straight out of high school, which is why as a college student who may be focusing on getting their associates and transferring out, you have a higher success rate of going to UCLA and getting accepted from this Scholars Honors Program. And I have many friends who is in this program who have gone to UCLA. So it's really exciting, and it's really good for them as well. So as you can see, a few of our statistics there. 19% of only high school students get admitted, while about 80% of overall college students get accepted. So you do have a more advantaged point of view if you go from a community college than straight out of high school. And now with our Scholars Honors Program, we do have a few benefits that we offer. So one being priority registration. Since many of you freshmen are doing the same types of classes, you'll get an opportunity for priority enrollment. And then we have extended counseling sessions, opportunity to present research, and a few other admission agreements with a few colleges all around the area. So as you can see, these are the few that are listed. Next up, so here are some of our signature programs. One of the most popular ones are athletics, physical ed, which kind of pertains to kinesiology and all the types of movements. We have a really big automotive program, cosmetology, culinary arts, and pastry chefs. So there, our culinary arts also houses, I believe, our hospitality. So if you want to go off and maybe work for Disney, that's a really big popular program for those people. We have dental hygienists. Nursing is also a very popular program we have, as well as welding, woodworking, and other CTE programs that we have on our campus. And that is it for this presentation. I will hand it off to Mary Lou.
Thank you so much. We'll be having some time toward the end of the presentation. My presentation should be quick. So if you have any questions, feel free to hang on to those, and we're gonna try our best to answer them all. So now we just wanted to share a little bit about our Cerritos Complete Promise program. Like I mentioned, bringing the Promise program, as you may already have heard from other schools, each community college has their own Promise program and different requirements for each, right? So we just wanted to share some information about ours. So we are a nationally recognized program, and that's mainly because we focus on students' pledges to complete their certificates and degrees on time. So we welcome any student interested in even if it's a certificate or if they're planning on transferring to a four-year school, we welcome all students. This program is also a two-year program for those students who will be meeting our requirements every year. I have a couple of slides explaining what the requirements are, just so you can know what would be asked if you are in our program. But essentially, all of these are all of the requirements that we do ask are in order to help you be successful at Cerritos College, right? So I would like to see it more as like guiding points rather than requirements to stay in the program. And this program is specifically for high school seniors and adults completing the equivalent in our partner school districts, which are actually listed here. This is a screenshot of our website. So I was able to see some of the students who were coming in and entering their high school. I see that some students are from Compton Unified as well as Linwood Unified. I'm not sure if any other school districts are here that might qualify for our program, but if you are, you would definitely be welcome in our program. But I do want to remind everyone that the way that our Promise program works is a little bit different. So we do have specific deadlines that our students have to meet in order to come into our program. So these are the 5 eligibility steps that all students have to complete, and really all these 5 eligibility steps are really steps that students have to complete no matter what school they go to. The main difference is step 3, which is our intent form. This is really the step where we know that you're interested in our program. So this is really the primary step that we focus on. And the deadline, as you can tell, which was March 2nd. So really, right now I'm speaking to those high school seniors that already completed the first 3 steps, or juniors who are in our eligible school districts and are interested in applying next year. And what we highly recommend is that, let's say you're a junior this year and are thinking about, you're not too sure if you're going to a community college or 4-year school next year, we highly recommend that you complete our steps or any other school steps, because this can be either whether you're plan A or your plan B or Z, whatever it may be. We highly recommend that you do these because these steps are completely free. There's no charge for any of these steps, which is a little bit different than a typical Cal State or UC, right? So we want you to take full advantage of this. And as stated, the first 3 steps of this program have already closed. So if you are a senior and have completed those 3 steps, we are currently working with our seniors to complete step 4, which is submitting your placement forms, which essentially places you into the level of math and English you should be in when coming to Cerritos College. And then you also should be working on completing your Falcon Edge orientation, as mentioned earlier. This is an online Falcon Edge orientation where we essentially orient you into the college and also ask for a 30-minute appointment in order for you to receive a ed plan. And this ed plan allows you to see what classes you need for your fall semester. So as stated, each year you do have your separate set of requirements. Your first year, these are the requirements listed. One of the main differences between our first year students and our second year students is that we ask our first time students can be part-time or full-time. It's completely up to the student and the counselor whenever they have that communication, which is really different from other Promise programs, because we're one of the very few Promise programs that allow students to be part-time. And this is really because we know that coming from high school to college, it might be a big difference, right? We're obviously here to support you. And actually the majority of our first year students still decide to be full-time, but whether if they see maybe they took on too much and then end up dropping a class, we do not penalize them for that their first year. It's just when your second year comes, we gave you that year and we gave you the resources to feel successful and be successful at Cerritos College. So we're really hoping that for your second year, you feel prepared for that. And we do ask that you complete the 12 units your second year. And of course, we'll be there along the way. We're constantly sending email reminders to students about our requirements, making sure that you're aware of all of the resources on campus, especially during such a different time, right, in your education. I'm sure many of you didn't expect to be spending your junior year or your senior year this way in a virtual setting. So we just want to be there to support you all in this journey. So that's pretty much in a nutshell, really quickly, what Cerritos Complete is. And this is all contact information. Again, I'm Marilu Garcia. I'm the program assistant to the Cerritos Complete program. But as you can see here, we also have the information for Raquel, who is a coordinator, and Colleen, who is the director of the program. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a call or send us an email. But we are also open to questions at the moment, just so we can make sure we respect everyone's time.
Thank you so much for your presentation. We do have a couple of minutes left for questions, about 3 minutes. And I did get some questions in the chat, so if it's okay, I'll be asking you. So we do have a question. Can I change my major that I applied with after I submit my application?
Yes, you can. So we actually have a major change form on the website. But if you haven't really met with the counselor just yet, what you can do too is when you meet with the counselor, just notify them that you're interested in something else, because if you haven't met with the counselor, you don't have an ed plan just yet, right? So it really wouldn't affect you. So if you have an ed plan already, you would have to submit that form, and that would be located in our admissions and records website under forms. And if you have issues finding that, feel free to email me. My email is on the screen there, and I can send you that. But again, if you haven't met with the counselor, just go ahead and let them know that when you meet with the counselor, just state that you've changed your major. It's pretty common for students to change their major.
Thank you. We also did have another question from a student. They said, I don't see a nursing for the ADT. Is there a way that I can do an ADT but wanted to be a nurse as well? Not sure if there's any information regarding that.
That's a great question. So for AETs, those are actual agreements with transfer institutions. So if one isn't created, essentially the college has to work with the school in order to create this agreement. So let's say, for example, if you want an ADT and you're a nursing major, what you can do too is receive that degree in, let's say, a biology, right? And just state that you're interested in nursing. So then you still have that degree, but you can also always transfer without the ADT. So it's not required for you to have that degree in order to transfer. It's just like it was mentioned, there is a little bit of a bump in GPA and so forth that might help you, but again, it's not required.
And then we do have one last question before we move on to our next school. I had a student ask, is there any additional information of your entrepreneurship program?
Entrepreneurship program.
I'm not sure if that program is offered at your campus.
That sounds like it would be a program within our business department. So essentially, if you're interested in any of those programs, you would be contacting our business department in order to see if there's any requirements to get in and so forth. Usually the way that it works for a lot of the business programs is that you need to take a couple of classes in order to have like an understanding of business in general, and then you would be able to participate in programs. So you'll get more information about all of the programs that we offer at Cerritos College also in our orientation too. So you can always hold on to the name of that program, and ask that during orientation.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time and your awesome presentation. And thank you for everyone who took the time to ask us some questions on our end as well.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you all for having us. Have a great day.
Thank you. And we are going to give a few minutes to have any students join in or possibly leave, but we do have Ms. Megan Jenkins with us from LBCC as well. So if you want to start pulling up your presentation, that would be great. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Okay, let's see here. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Megan Jenkins, and I am today's speaker for Long Beach City College. I am the outreach assistant, and today I will be talking about Long Beach City College. So we have two campuses. We have our liberal arts campus and our Pacific Coast campus. Currently, due to COVID-19, we are taking safety precautions, and so because we have career technical education courses or CTE programs, so those are our hands-on trades, those students are admitted to come to our campus and take their classes. So that's culinary arts, welding, horticulture, things of that nature, okay? So, but we do have two campuses and we only have one application that will give you access to both of those campuses. So at our liberal arts campus, we have our culinary arts program, as well as our nursing and our athletic facilities, just to name a few. And great news, athletics will be returning soon. So that's exciting. All right, and over at Pacific Coast campus, we have automotive, welding, horticulture, electrical, solar panel, and child development, just to name a few programs over there to differentiate the campuses, okay? So when you are attending Long Beach City College, we have 3 goals. And the first goal is to earn your associate's degree. And your associate's degree prepares you for a variety of jobs, okay? So what that looks like is I have a communication studies bachelor's of arts from Cal State Long Beach, and I can pretty much do a lot of careers, right? So right now I'm in outreach, but that doesn't mean I can't go into event planning, or maybe I would like to go and start my own business, okay? So with your degree, it prepares you for a variety of jobs. And goal number 2 would be to earn a professional certificate. So that prepares you for a specific industry and you're gonna be able to go directly into it, okay? So we have horticulture, welding, automotive, culinary arts, nursing, just to name a few. And if you're interested in nursing, that program is highly requested, okay? And so in addition to applying to Long Beach City College, our nursing program actually has an application process as well. We actually just completed one of our first application periods, which happened last week. And so the next application cycle is going to be in August, okay? And so before even applying, we want to inform students of all of the requirements and give an overview of that program. So we have an information session that is scheduled, multiple information sessions that are scheduled to inform our students what we are looking for with the requirements and all of that. And so before actually applying, you have to attend the information session, get all the knowledge you are seeking, ask all the questions that you had, and then you'll be able to apply, okay? So the difference between your degree and your certificate, again, your degree prepares you for a variety of careers, whereas your certificate prepares you for without one specific industry and you'll be able to go directly into it. The third thing you can do at Long Beach City College is you can begin your higher education career with us and then go ahead and transfer to a 4-year university. So realistically, your 4-year university, it's 4 years and our community college is 2. And so with the first 2 years of your 4-year, you can complete all of like your general education courses as well as your lower division courses, and then you'll be able to transfer over to a 4-year university of your choice, okay? And we have a stellar transfer center. We currently have our transfer boot camps throughout the spring semester to aid our students in the application process. Exploring our programs. So Long Beach City College has 74 different programs. So I'm sure there's something that will interest you. So we have everything ranging from art and design, business, career education, communications, cooking, culture, performing arts, health, public service, science, and technology. Okay. So we truly care about our students when they come to Long Beach City College. So we have a ton of success centers, and you're probably curious, do our students still have access to all of our success centers? And the answer is yes. Everything has moved remotely so we can maintain our student connectedness as well as providing assistance for everything. So we have our Math Success Center, Multidisciplinary Center, Writing and Reading Center, Tutoring Center, Supplemental Instruction, and Learning Resources. So for any program or any subject that we have at Long Beach City College, if you need assistance, of course, we always recommend reaching out to your professor first, but then we also have all of these tutoring centers to aid with your success in that class. We also have our athletic programs. So we have a total of 18 programs, 9 for men and 9 for women. We have basketball, baseball, cross-country football, soccer, swimming and diving, track and field, volleyball, water polo, beach volleyball for the ladies, softball for the ladies as well. Okay, so again, we will be returning to campus with our athletic program very soon. So we are very excited about that. And just to, you know, share some data, we also have 16 national titles, 7 runner-up national titles, 92 state titles, and 50 state runner-up titles. So we are pretty decorated in our athletic program, and we are very excited to say that we boast a lot of student athletes. So again, it's about our students first and then the extracurricular. So why Long Beach City College? So the benefits of attending Long Beach City College is we have years of tradition and support in the Long Beach community. What that looks like is exciting news. We actually just secured Mayor Garcia to be our commencement speaker. So that's very exciting. And so we have a very close relationship. A lot of our students intern with the city. The city is always on our campus, or when it was open, but we do have a very, very tight relationship with the community. We have high quality faculty and staff who choose to work at a student-centered institution, okay? So we have people in our theater department who are still actively in acting, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so we have Emmys, we have Oscars who actually teach curriculum, as well as everyone else. So I'm sure if you're ever on campus or if you call a phone number, we will do our best to assist our students. And I think that's what I truly love about Long Beach. We're just here for our students, and I love it. Absolutely, absolutely. And then we also have our student camaraderie and support for one another. So life is amazing. And they're still hosting programs. So this month is March, and we have our Women's History Month, and there has been a lot of programs presented by our student life as well as LBCC. So that's really exciting. Okay, so let's talk about tuition. So our registration fees are $46 per unit. And if students are out of state, that's $320. But let's talk about how we can provide assistance for tuition payments. So we have several programs or initiatives. We have the Long Beach College Promise, the Viking Advantage, scholarships, grants, and loans. And so I am going to talk about Long Beach College Promise and Viking Advantage. Okay, so with the Long Beach College Promise, this program is for students who are within the Long Beach School District and they graduate from that school district and they come directly to us. So what that looks like is, say you go to Renaissance High School, okay, and you are graduating this spring semester, you will go ahead and apply to Long Beach City College and for the fall semester of 2021, which is in a couple of months, and you will be eligible for the Long Beach College Promise. So what the Long Beach College Promise does is it gives 2 free years of tuition at Long Beach City College, and to be eligible, again, you would be a graduate of the LBUSD or Long Beach Unified School District. You'll enroll at LBCC directly following your graduation from high school. You will be a first-time college student. So if you're interested in dual enrollment and you have taken dual enrollment courses, this is referring to post-high school graduation, okay? So you'll apply for FAFSA or Dream Act, and then you will have your application submitted no later than August 2nd, 2021. Now, the sooner the better, as we all know, because with this program, you'll also be receiving priority registration, and priority registration helps in the regard that you'll have first dibs on your classes once you meet with a counselor, okay? So we also have the Viking Advantage who are not within the Long Beach Unified. So everyone who is graduating outside of the Long Beach Unified School District, we are offering 1 free year of tuition at Long Beach City College. And for this initiative, you would have to be a first-time full-time student and then enrolling in 12 units per semester, and that'll be for the fall and the spring semesters. So right now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk you through it online. Okay, so this is our homepage, lbcc.edu. And so I'm going to go in depth and show you how you can access the Long Beach College Promise and the Viking Advantage information. Okay, so right now we're at lbcc.edu, and I'm going to go ahead and hover over admissions and aid, and I'm going to.
We can actually only see the PowerPoint. Sorry, if you're sharing something else.
Uh-oh, thank you. Okay, let's see here. My screen. Okay. Are we looking at my screen?
Yes, now we are.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so right now I am on lbcc.edu. Okay, so this is our homepage. And so to access that information that I was just discussing about the Long Beach College Promise and the Viking Advantage, you're going to hover over admissions and aid. This drop-down menu will come, and you're going to go ahead and click on Welcome Center. Okay, so this takes you to our matriculation. And so you're going to scroll down and you're going to go ahead and click on High School Seniors. So right here we have enrollment guides and video, and this is pretty much a walkthrough step-by-step on how to, one, apply and enroll into Long Beach City College, okay? So we have a total of 10 steps to becoming a student here at Long Beach City College, and we also have the PDF format as well as a video. But right now I'm going to go ahead and click on this matriculation pamphlet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go full screen. And so with this is all the information for our high school seniors, okay? So again, this is the new student checklist. And so these all have active links to them. And so our application is free and it takes about 24 hours to get your Viking ID. And once you get your Viking ID number, which is also your student ID number, you'll be able to complete orientation and meet with the counselor to create an educational plan. But this is your general layout for how to become a student pretty much at any college, okay? But this is Long Beach City College. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go forward and talk about the Promise Awards, okay? So for our students outside of the LBUSD, we have our Viking Advantage. Again, that is a 1 year of free tuition, and the requirements are you have to be a first-time college student, and so post high school. So if you're taking dual enrollment courses with any other college, that is completely fine. What the first-time college student is referring to is post high school graduation. At Long Beach City College, you do have to enroll in 12 units, which is a full-time load. It's pretty much an estimate of your course, okay? So we have courses ranging from 1 unit up to 5 units. And that pretty much also indicates the difficulty or how much time you'll need for that class, okay? So on average, the unit count is about 3. Okay, you also have to be a California resident. And with this Viking Advantage program, we only admit students into the fall semester, okay? And your year has to be a consecutive. So fall 2021, you cannot decide to take a break during spring 2021 and then return in the fall. So these are for consecutive semesters, okay? For the Long Beach College Promise, those students who are graduating from the district receive 2 free years of tuition, okay? And it's pretty much the same requirements. And they graduate within the district, Mayfair, St. Anthony's, and St. Joseph's, okay? So with the Viking Advantage, So with the Viking Advantage, students have access to our first year experience program. And so again, priority registration, they'll receive book vouchers, contingent on funding, access to your first year experience counselors, coaches. So with this program, we're going to make sure that you get acclimated. And there's also programs like Viking Voyager. So during the summer, before you're starting your fall semester, we're going to make sure that you are familiar with the college level courses and everything like that. And then you're also just going to get a feel of college life, okay? And then you also have a welcome day, which is really nice. And so that is for our Viking Advantage. Over to our right-hand side right here, for those of you who will be graduating from Long Beach Unified, we have Promise 2.0. So this is an enhancement add-on to the Long Beach College Promise. And so if you are interested in going to Cal State Long Beach, this might be a program of interest to you. We have 10 majors within the Promise 2.0 program. So these are the most transferred from Long Beach City College to Cal State Long Beach. So these are the top 10 majors. And so if you are interested in any of these majors here, Promise 2.0 is going to be of interest to you. Okay, so the top major is psychology, communication studies, business administration, criminal justice, English, mechanical and aerospace engineering, computer engineering and computer science, history, studio art, and liberal studies education. So if you're a student who is graduating from Long Beach Unified and you are deciding to enroll and confirm one of those 10 majors, that program is for you, and the benefit is you'll have dual advisement. So not only will you be speaking with the LBCC counselors, but you will also be able to speak with Cal State Long Beach academic advisors, and then you'll receive all the wonderful benefits like a future student, CSUL B card, and guaranteed access as long as you're meeting the requirements for that program. Okay. So right now I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and then I'm going to show you how to apply. Okay, so right now I've returned out of that window, and I'm going to go ahead to the right top corner and click apply now. Okay, and so this is our get started page. Okay, and so our application is free. You go ahead and click on start my application. Again, it's about a 15 to 20-minute application to complete. Within 24 hours, you'll be able to get your Viking ID. Okay. And then you have all the access. And then we also have assistance. If you need assistance with applying to Long Beach City College, we have our Welcome Center that assists you as well. And I'm going to go ahead and backspace a little bit. We have this window here, chat with our outreach and recruitment team. And this is me. I'm currently offline because I am talking to all of you all. So thank you for having me. This is my colleague, Sean Cully. So if you all have questions, feel welcome to go ahead and send us a message. Offline message is just the email. So we will definitely be able to get to you. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to return to the slide. Okay, and so here's my information. Outreach Department, 562-938-5025. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen so I can answer questions. Okay.
Thank you so much for your presentation.
You're welcome.
We are down to the last minute, but I think we have time for one question. So someone did ask, what's the most popular Cal State or UC that Long Beach students transfer to?
So the top CSU is going to be Long Beach, and then a lot of our students also transfer to UCLA.
Okay, and then
so can I make one note? So if you all would like follow-up information, or if you would like for me to send you information, I'm going to go ahead and drop our LBCC follow-up contact sheet into the chat. And that way you can tell me a little bit more about yourself and what you're looking for from Long Beach City College.
Thank you for that. And then one last question. Someone asked, I have taken some dual enrollment courses at LBCC. If I wanted to attend a different community college, are those courses transferable?
Absolutely. So all of our lower division courses are transferable, but I would say always speak with your counselor just to confirm that information.
Awesome. Thank you again for your presentation and for your time in joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having us.
We are going to go ahead and take a break for the next 10 minutes. So we are going to be back at 4:20 with our next college representative from ELAC. So feel free to use this time to take a break, catch a cup of, drink a glass of water, maybe take a restroom break, but please feel free to stay on and join us at 4:20 when we're back from our break. We're going to give a few more minutes for everyone to join back in. But it is 4:20 now. We're going to get ready for our next college representatives from ELAC. So if you are just joining in, please put your name in the chat if you haven't done so already, and let us know what school you're coming from.
Just also want to remind participants that any links that have been shared by previous presenters will be in a Google folder for you all. Same thing with future presenters. Anything that's going to be shared in the chat box we'll have available for you all.
And I believe we have Ms. Carissa and Ms. Elizabeth Cabeza from ELAC with us. You can feel free to join in, and maybe if you're sharing your screen, feel free to do so.
Okay. Carissa, are you in here?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right.
I will go ahead. I have the presentation, so I'll go ahead and.
Excellent. Thank you. And I'm just going to put some of the links in the chat box that would be helpful to students.
Yes, thank you for that.
All right, so we're ready? We start?
Yes, feel free.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for having us. We are from the ELAC outreach team. My name is Carissa. I just recently graduated from high school last year, and this is my first year at ELAC. And I'm really enjoying it so far, so I'm excited to present it to you all. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Liz before we begin.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody, students. My name is Liz. I'm actually a returning student to ELAC. So this is my last semester here, and I've actually been accepted to Cal State Long Beach as well as Cal State LA. So I'll be transferring this fall. Thank you for joining us today.
So East Los Angeles College is one of 9 colleges from the Los Angeles Community College District. And here are just some of our achievements and milestones in recent years. So we have a lot of, well, our school is known for transfer, and one of the highest degrees that we give out are ADTs. To give a little info on ADTs, they're associate degrees for transfer. So these degrees are really beneficial to students. Another name for them is a degree with a guarantee. So if you guys are interested in going to a Cal State, this gives you priority admission to one Cal State. While not guaranteed the specific campus or major, it is nice to have at least a backup just in case. So that's one of our biggest degrees that we give out. We also give out certificates and skill certificates. So skill certificates are not degrees, but if you are interested in entering the workforce for just a specific study, you can get a skill certificate, and that can help you. These are usually 11 units or less, and certificates, on the other hand, are programs. They usually run 12 units or more. And same thing, kind of like similar to a skill certificate, it helps you in a specific program of study. So these are some of the things we offer at ELAC for students. There's also regular associate's degrees in science and in arts.
And this year, these are the student success transfer rates, just for those of you that are looking at ELAC. A lot of times students are looking at four-year colleges, which is typical for anybody stepping out of high school. We like to think of, oh, I want to go stay at a dorm and I just want to go full throttle and some of us cannot afford to do that. So for those of you that cannot, just as you can see here, the student success rate is ever growing. Every year we continue to see students get out of our ELAC school and get transferred successfully. And I've been told in the past, one thing that stuck with me from one of my professors who made it, made me think about some things, is it doesn't matter what path you take, it's the end result. So whether you're looking to get your bachelor's or your master's, your doctorate, it really doesn't matter if you start at ELAC. It's a matter of where you finish. And obviously you want to start by saving yourself some money as well. So as you can see here, the success rate continues to grow, and that's what we want to help you achieve when you come to ELAC.
So to back that up, as you can see, we have a couple of statistics here. So for University of California in particular, we have almost an 80% admit rate, and we're 16th in transfers to UC. And we are known to have a big population of Hispanic students, and we are #1 in California and #6 in the nation to offer degrees and certificates to Hispanic students.
And here are some of the student services that we have available on campus. We have a lot of offices available for our students, but since we're all online, all of these have access online. But right now, just as an example, a lot of the services. So if you go to elac.edu under our student services, you will see all of these available. You have opportunities to get honors on your degree, to help you with your transfer. You have extended opportunities and services, which give you some discounts on books, a little more personalized counseling. We have, speaking of counseling, we have our academic counseling. We have our ASU. It's really cool because ASU is our Associated Student Union. And actually when we were on campus, and hopefully soon we get back to normal, they'll have like special days where they're offering you like free tacos if you're an ASU member. They'll offer you discounts, special treats. Like it's really cool. You get like free printouts, free what do you call them, scantrons, things like that. So these are some of our services, our MESA departments, our DSPS, career and job services. So as I can name them all, but you can see them all here, and these will also help you in your success at ELAC and move forward and save some money, any type of assistance that you need, especially with student health, our student health center as well.
So ELAC also offers a lot of academic support to its students. Here are just a few resources that they offer. So the Writing Center is really beneficial for anyone who has an essay coming up, if you want to get some feedback on it, or any other type of writing thing you may have that you want help on. There's 2 different options. You can meet with someone. We have a lot of support in the English department. You can meet with someone one-on-one. You can schedule an appointment and they can help you, whether it be formatting your essay or revising it with you. And then there's also an option where you can drop off a paper and they'll get back to you with revisions on it. Let's say you can't meet with them via appointment, so you just drop off your paper, and then in about 1 to 2 days, they get back to you with it with a lot of revisions and comments on it. We also have a net tutor 24/7. So obviously there's not someone 24/7 there, but you can drop off a question anytime and they will get back to you as soon as they can once they are back online. We also have the math lab, which is very beneficial because I know math is something a lot of people struggle with. So me, myself, I struggle with math a lot, and the math lab is very beneficial to me. You can drop in, you can schedule an appointment, and same thing, kind of like the Writing Center, they just help you, they give you extra support in math. Same thing with the Learning Center. We have some are students from previous semester, some are students who are students currently, and some are just regular Learning Center staff. And you can basically go there. It's another tutoring option for you. And then in some courses, we have supplemental instructors embedded in the course. So for example, we have some math courses with supplemental instructors. So those SIs, as we call them, will help you, and they specialize in only your class. So you have more one-on-one time with them instead of them helping a bigger population. So these are some things to look forward to in case you decide to come. Academic support is something that ELAC really offers its students.
And these are just some of the popular majors that we have at East LA College. They're not the only majors. So things like administrative justice, child development, accounting, fire technology, registered nursing. Registered nursing is one of the more popular ones that a lot of students will come to campus asking about and asking for assistance in, taking courses. Some that are already working on, I guess, getting their registered nurse license, so they'll come and take courses there as well. So these are just a few. We also have theater arts, things like photography. We have architecture. So there's like a large array, and like it's not just a degree that you can get. Like Carissa mentioned earlier, we also have certifications in these areas. There's a lot of students that come to get certified for a specific child development certification program, accounting. So just to keep that in mind.
And then one of our, like Liz mentioned, one of our most popular programs at ELAC is the nursing program. So this is really good if you're interested in the medical field, specifically nursing. Just a few information about it to get in the program. So these are some program prerequisites. So prerequisites are classes you need to take in order to actually apply to the program. So you see we have 8 courses here, and you have the possibility of only taking 6. If you don't want to do anatomy 1 and physiology 1, you could do biology 20, and that takes the place of both of them at the same time. So once you're in the program, to stay in it, you want to make sure you have at least a 2.0 GPA minimum. And then for the science prerequisites like anatomy, physiology, microbiology, those you'll need to have at least a 2.5 GPA, and no more than 1 repeat is allowed for all the 3 sciences. So at ELAC, you are allowed to repeat classes. While it does show on your transcript, you are allowed, but you aren't given more than 3 tries in 1 course. If you want to take, let's say you failed those 3, or you weren't happy with the reason you want to take it again, you'll have to take that class outside of one of the colleges in the LACCD's district. So then you also need to show proof of your high school diploma, GED, or US college degree. And then the TEAS exam is a test of essential academic skills. So these are just some things you'll need to take in order to prove that you're ready for the program. And then the applications are accepted 1 time per year during the spring term. And then the dates are announced on ELAC. I know especially with COVID, things are a little different than how they would be in person. But if you are interested in this, you can always meet with our counselors. They have the most up-to-date information, and they can assist you better in the process to applying and once you're actually in the program.
And this is the information for our college promise. So everybody is pretty familiar these days with the 2 years of guaranteed free courses. So what the college promise is, if you're a first-time student coming to us, you fill out the FAFSA, you fill out the college promise interest form through our first-year center, and they'll assign you a counselor to help you create a plan, an academic plan. And as long as you follow your courses and you stay on track with your GPA and you continue to be a full-time student, you'll be able to qualify and get the free college promise. So if you have more questions, you can always go to our first year center. They can help you with that as well. We put the link in the chat box. Yeah, so there's also like a summer transition program that they have. So you need to take a summer course. It's kind of like them making sure that you are serious about, being a full-time student there, because a lot of people think of community college, they kind of look at it like a high school, which is far from that. It's not at all true. You need to look at it like it's college. Like this is getting you into a position of transferring over to your 4-year college that you want, and you want to make sure that you take it seriously. So by taking a summer course, you're letting them know you're taking the initiative. I want to be part of ELAC. I want to take advantage of this college promise, and I want to move forward with my academic career.
And then, like we mentioned earlier, we have a lot of students who end up transferring to four-year universities, whether that be CSUs, UCs, private schools. And ELAC offers a lot of programs to further assist students in that process. So as you can see here, we have some partnerships with UCLA, USC, UC Berkeley, UC San Diego, Cal State Dominguez Hills, and some of the programs that we offer our students, for example, this TAG program, Transfer Admissions Guarantee. So this is a partnership with the UC system, and you can tag to one school and you will be guaranteed admission to that one school. There are only 6 UC schools who participate in this, and we have them here. So UC Davis, Irvine, Merced, Riverside, Santa Barbara, and Santa Cruz participate in it. So if you do decide you want to go to a UC and it's one of these, you can be there guaranteed if you follow this program. Just keep in mind, you will need the minimum GPA still, and you will need to complete the 30 transferable units. That would probably be under the IGETC plan. And there are filing periods. So these are just some things to keep in mind. It's only 6 campuses that participate in this, but it's a really good program if you do decide you want to go to a UC school. We also have the John DeLauro program. So if you're interested in the social justice field, this program is for the social justice majors at ELAC. Basically, you are in a cohort with the other students who are interested in social justice, and you can take the same classes together. The Pathway to Law School program, if you're interested in the law field, this is a really good program to be in. That you can have, it's a good networking program, and then you also can take field trips to law buildings and meet people. The honors program, as mentioned earlier, if you complete the honors program, you get it noted on your transcript, like Liz mentioned, and you also get priority consideration for admission to a lot of schools like UCLA, LMU. So these are some good programs to keep in mind if you do decide you want to come to ELAC. These are a lot of things that appeal to students. So I think those are some good programs to keep in mind.
All right, and now we get over to connecting to our campus remotely. So right now, as most of the campuses and pretty much a lot of places, we're connecting online. We have easy access to speaking to our departments through a live chat service. So if you go to elac.edu and let's say you had questions about financial aid, so you head over to our financial aid department under our menu. When you click on that, you'll be able to see that there's access to live chat with somebody. You'll type in your information there just like it states here. You can use an email, but a lot of students are taking advantage of our walk-in service. So it's similar to like if you were to be walking in person into an office and you're standing there, you sign in or what have you. So it's the same idea here, only it's online. So it's fairly easy. You can sign in or register as a guest if you are not a current ELAC student or you're not taking any of our dual enrollment courses, so you don't have like a student sign-in. You can register as a guest and still speak to somebody and ask any questions that you want.
And then just a couple more resources. So we, obviously with the COVID-19 pandemic, it's been hard to balance school and just regular life in general. But we do have a student health center, and this is available at every LACCD campus. And as a student, we have access to this free. So obviously right now it's not in person because of the pandemic, but they do still operate while online. And I know ELAC's Health Center in particular does their best to offer mental as well as physical health services to students. So for example, right now our Student Health Center is doing their programs online. So right now they're having things like virtual yoga, just any like support groups. So if you do end up needing some mental health services or medical services, you can always come to the Student Health Center, especially when we go back on campus, and they can assist you with that. And so that concludes our presentation on ELAC for now. We'll open up the floor for questions and any other resources that we may have to give you guys.
Thank you so much for that great presentation. We actually did have a few questions come in. We're down to the last few minutes, but someone did ask, can you talk about your experience at ELAC and doing school virtually?
Okay, yeah, I'll start. So like I mentioned earlier, this is my first year at ELAC. I just graduated last year. And so I've entered college virtually. So finished school virtually and entered college virtually. It's been a difficult adjustment for me, but as time passed, I've gotten used to it. I really enjoy that ELAC is, I don't know, I feel like I have a community around me already, and I haven't even been on campus yet. You can just tell everyone genuinely wants the best for you, and we have so many services that we offer to our students, and I just really am enjoying my time here so far. For me, money was a huge factor for me, so I decided if I attended college, I haven't really paid out of pocket too much, so I'm saving a lot of money by attending ELAC, and then I plan to transfer schools. So I think that's one benefit of ELAC for me. So I'm really enjoying it so far.
Same for me. I like I said, I started a long time ago and I came back. So a lot has changed in person in general at ELAC. Like I said, they've grown. A lot of the school has grown, and their technology is just improving. It's part of some of the top line technology that they're using right now on our campus. For me to transition from in person to online, it was a little bit hard to adjust, but now that I'm part of what's going on now. Like it's it's easier now. For me personally, it's been easy. I love taking advantage of the office hours with the with the with the professors. So I take advantage of that. That helps a lot. So if you're coming to ELAC and you get stuck on anything, take advantage of those office hours. It definitely helps ease some of the transition and some of the worries or concerns or questions that you have about any of the academics that they put out there for you, any of the assignments, things like that. But aside from that, I mean, working with the other students is pretty easy. It's just taking the initiative. A lot of times, like any school, students are shy. You want to take, you want to take the initiative and say, hey, you know what? Later on in life, I'm going to have to be working with people. So you know what? I'm not going to be shy about this. That definitely helped me adjust with online classes.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And then just one last question before we move on to our next school. Someone did ask, what school districts does ELAC prioritize for their Promise program? So for the Promise program, is there any particular schools that the school prioritizes to accept these students?
I don't think it's the school that they prioritize. They prioritize the student that wants to come to ELAC. So if you're looking to come to ELAC and you want to take advantage of that, visit us, visit our after school hours and find out more, or go to our first year center or our, let me see here. Yeah, definitely visit our after school office hours and our first year center, and they can answer any questions that you have about it and help you register. I just put in the chat box our after school hours. So if you want more information about it, we can help prioritize you.
Thank you. And thank you so much again for presenting and joining us today. We are going to move on to our next school now. Thank you so
for
much.
having us.
Thank you.
So next up, we do have LA Trade Tech with us. I believe our representative has already joined us. You can feel free to share your screen.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Xavier. I am the outreach specialist and student recruiter here at Trade Tech. Thank you so much for inviting me to present to you all. I'm going to take this next 15 minutes or so to kind of give you a brief little intro into about this amazing school that we have here in downtown LA. Hopefully you see something that you can possibly see yourself engaging in. As I mentioned, I am from LA Trade Tech. So I know we get the common misconception, and I hear it a lot from not only just students, sometimes parents as well, that Trade Tech is a trade school. While you wouldn't be completely wrong, but it's not actually right either. We are a community college. We are part of the LA Community College District. We just happen to offer so many amazing trade and career training opportunities for students that we kind of get that common misconception. So I definitely want you guys to know that we are a community college. We just offer the most options for you to choose if you don't want to necessarily do the traditional 4-year or even 2-year route to an amazing career path. With that being said, there is a QR scan code that you see on your screen. At any point in time, you can use your phone, your Snapchat, or your camera app to open up that QR scan code. That is going to link you to an interest form. So if you're interested in possibly being a Trade Tech student in the future, or you want some more information on Trade Tech, you can always use that QR scan code. With that being said, as I mentioned, we are a part of the LA Community College District. To be more specific, we are located here in downtown Los Angeles. I know ELAC just spoke. As you can see there a little bit further in East LA. We are located, as I mentioned, downtown Los Angeles. So if you've ever been to the Staples Center, just to give you guys a better idea, we're about 4 blocks from the Staples Center. So if I were to walk out from my office, take a look to my left, I can literally see the Staples Center right in front of me. I can also make that walk in about 10 minutes on my lunch break. So just in case you've never been in that area, that is where Trade Tech can be found. So I'm not gonna go over some of the things that a lot of the other schools have probably already covered, because a lot of this is pretty much the same information. So I'm just gonna go into the more important information about Trade Tech. Our classroom sizes are about 25 to 30 students per course. So that gives you guys a better interaction with your professors. Again, a lot of our programs are hands-on learning. So it's very imperative that our students be able to get that one-on-one as well as that more intimate hands-on experience from our professors in their instruction in their instruction courses, because a lot of our programs have also certifications embedded within them. So I'll go ahead and skip this because again, I'm pretty sure someone else might have already mentioned the cost of trade tech. But just if there's anyone out there who isn't a high school student, for in-state status, our tuition is only $46 per unit, like the rest of the community colleges in our area, which would give you a much more affordable college education here. With that being said, I'm going to play you guys a quick little 2.5-minute video that's going to introduce you to the campus environment here at Trade Tech, what it's like being a student, and kind of like the day-to-day activities that you're going to see in the classroom if you decide to move forward with possibly being a Trade Tech student. As you can see, again, there goes that scan code. So while the video is playing, please feel free to fill out the interest form if you do decide that you're interested in being a Trade Tech student, but also make sure you guys' volumes are turned up. Okay, of course the video wouldn't work there, no problem. I always have it on backup, always.
I'm at LA Trade Tech. LA Trade Tech College. LA Trade Tech College. Human resource. Yes, this is the chef. Send me more people from Los Angeles Trade Technical College.
This is the most incredible place. It's the most different college campus you'll ever be on.
The students bring it in. They have so many different attitudes, personalities. You cannot help but be creative.
Trade Tech wins the tip. Aspiring sign painters come here from as far away as South Korea because Trade Tech has a program that is not available anywhere else.
This will be a fully functional, fully operational house, and the students now have real-world experience building a residential unit from the ground up.
You find that you have to make students leave the class at the end. They really want to be here and really want to pursue their craft, and it's really inspiring. We really get our students very well connected with employers before they even leave our campus.
I'm really honored to be here tonight around so many creative people.
We want to thank LA Trade Technical College.
So we're gonna go ahead and stop it there in the interest of time, so we can get back to the important information. So what can we offer you at Trade Tech? So as I mentioned, we are a community college, so we do offer 2-year associate degrees. As you can see, we offer the general 2-year associate degree of 60 units that you can go straight into the workforce for, but we also offer transfer associate degrees for those students that are still aspiring to transfer to a 4-year university, get your bachelor's degree. Another reason why we're very popular among students is we offer certification programs that students can complete in less as 4 months to up to 1.5 years, to where you would complete a career training program, or also known as a vocational trade, and then go straight into the workforce and making amazing money. That's for those students who don't want to do the traditional 2 years, 4 years. You can get your certification in as little as 4 months to 1.5 years and go off into the workforce, making money sooner rather than later. So we're going to go ahead and bypass that because I'm sure everyone already talked about the FAFSA and the California DREAM Act, but it does go hand in hand with the LA College Promise that I'm going to speak with here shortly. So as far as student support programs and services, we are a fully functioning community college with amazing student support programs and services that you guys need to utilize to its full extent. We have an amazing Dream Resource Center on campus for our undocumented students as well as their family members. We have a health center on campus that's available for walk-ins as well as appointments for any and all students. If you're looking for tutoring, we offer it via online as well as in person at our Academic Connections department. If you've been a part of our STEAM Academy, you also may be familiar with our Academic Connections department. If you have an IEP in high school, we have a DSPNS office that we want to connect you with so that you can continue receiving those accommodations that you qualify for throughout your time here at Trade Tech. As well as competitive sports. If there's any student interested in any type of competitive sports, we have like men's and women's basketball, men's and women's soccer, water sports, etc., as well as intramural sports, recreational throughout the year for our students to compete in. LA College Promise. So just like pretty much all the other LA College Promise information that the other schools have mentioned to you guys, we also have LA College Promise here at Trade Tech. Our LA College Promise specifically is going to qualify you for 2 years of free tuition at Trade Tech. So there's going to be 2 full years. We're also giving free laptops that our students get to keep. Those laptops are yours. We do not want them back. As well as you're going to receive a dedicated College Promise Success Coach, free backpacks, as well as priority registration, meaning that you are going to get to choose your classes before the rest of the student population. So that's going to be a plus as a college student for you. And to be able to be qualified for our LA College Promise program, all you simply must do is graduate from an LA County high school. First and foremost, LA County High School, you must complete your financial aid documents. That means your FAFSA or your California DREAM Act. It is a mandatory and a must that you complete one of those financial aid documents. Then you must complete the enrollment steps to be a Trade Tech student. And I'll talk about the rest of the enrollment steps later. But once you've done that and you complete our Summer Bridge orientation program, you will be eligible for our LA College Promise, therefore getting your 2 years free tuition as well as the free laptop, etc. Moving on. So the main information, what you guys want to know about Trade Tech, what kind of programs do we offer that you can get into? So we have 9 pathways with over 100 options that you can choose from within these 9 pathways. Again, I believe we do have the most options to choose of any school in the district, but I'm not going to go over all 100 of them. I'm just going to go over the more popular ones. Let's start with advanced transportation and manufacturing. So that is our automotive pathway. Automotive and transportation is an amazing career that's going to be around for a long time to come. So if you're interested in automotive or motorcycle related technology, we have it. Collision repair, auto paint and body, diesel tech, alternative fuels, hybrid vehicle technology certifications, and more are available here at Trade Tech. Also, one that's been very popular lately is our rail vehicle maintenance program. Just to give you guys an idea, a heads up, that is basically the metro system, meaning the individuals that upkeep, maintain, work on and build the metro railway lines. This is an amazing $80,000 career immediately after graduation. $80,000 career. We have partnerships with Metro, GNC, as well as multiple local, small, mid-sized, and large business owners, because we offer so many certifications in this particular in the automotive industry that no one else does. And so a lot of employers in the area are reaching out to Trade Tech for specific Trade Tech graduates because they need these certifiable employees. So if you're interested in the automotive industry, Trade Tech is the best place to be. Health and related sciences. We have a couple options that you can choose from in this particular pathway, but I'm going to speak briefly on the most important one that everybody wants to know about, of course, is our nursing program. So we do have a nursing program. It is 2 years, just like any other nursing program anywhere else you go. We also are impacted by 1 year, meaning there's a 1-year wait list to get into our program. In the meantime, students will be required to complete their nursing prerequisites, as well as make sure they pass the TEAS test before you can be invited into our nursing program. A good thing about our, depending on how you look at it, is that we're not the most competitive. So you don't need a 3.9 or 4.0 GPA to get in. As long as you meet the minimum requirements, you're good to go. And if you're looking to further your education in nursing and maybe getting that bachelor's degree, we do have transfer guarantee partnerships with Cal State LA, Northridge, and Fullerton. So if that is something that you're interested in, we have an amazing nursing program that you can be a part of as well. Applied Sciences Pathway. As you can see, there's a lot of heavy hitter programs that we offer: biotech, chemtech, chemistry, multiple engineering options, civil engineering, electrical, mechanical, aerospace and manufacturing, as well as process technology. These are your scientists, your chemists, your researchers, your doctors, your engineers, and more. So we have an amazing program here where students are transferring these to 4 universities, as well as some are going straight into the workforce with our on-the-job training aspects that come in grades within our programs. So if you're interested in any one of these particular fields, our Applied Sciences Pathway is really dope. Construction, maintenance, and utilities. This is probably one of our more popular pathways. Also our second largest because of they offer so many different career training and trade programs that you can choose from that you can complete in as little as less than 2 years. If you're interested in architecture and environmental design, our architecture program is 2 years and it is transferable. But we also offer career options in carpentry, multiple electrical options. If you want to do just general electrician, electrical construction maintenance, electrical construction tech. Also, another one that's been very popular is an electrical overhead linesman. All amazing careers. Plumbing, there's multiple different options in plumbing. I know it's not the most beautiful sounding career in the world, but plumbers make excellent money. You can go into plumbing on your own, or you can go into more so the plumbing tech as far as when it comes to the infrastructure of the plumbing infrastructure of new buildings and new for current commercial homes, etc. HVAC, refrigeration, air conditioning, renewable energy, solid waste management, welding, and more are all located in our CMU pathway. This is pretty much the hands-on learning pathway. So if you're interested in any of these particular career paths, there is literally not a better school for you to be than Trade Tech. I'm pick it up here for time. Design and Media Arts Pathway. We have an adult fashion design program that our fashion students are raving about. A lot of our fashion students are going on, working on sets with studios on costume designing, styling, as well as creating their own brands and lines. If you're more of a tech person, we have an amazing digital media and video program that you can go into graphic design, creating content for websites, businesses, social media, etc. Audio editing, film editing, that type of deal can be found in a digital media and video program. Liberal arts and transfer pathway is pretty much that pathway for any and all students that know they want to go to four-year universities, but either A, may be undecided on what they want to major in, so they just want to cover all the general basics for the general ed associates, or like a lot of students that want to go into like teaching, counseling, social work, psychology, political science, those type of deals. Those can also be found in this particular pathway. If there's any aspiring cosmetology students out there, it makes perfect sense for you if you're especially coming out of high school, so that you can use your LA College Promise to get free tuition to pay for your cosmetology license. All right, it makes no sense for you to pay thousands of dollars at a private school or like the Pasadena School of Barbering, when you can get your cosmetology license in barbering, cosmetology, or skin therapy for free here at Trade Tech. Culinary arts, we have the largest culinary arts program in the entire western part of the United States. This is a fact, and we just got even larger with our brand new facility that just opened up 2 weeks ago. So if you're interested in the baking or culinary arts world, Trade Tech is your place to be. You will also receive a restaurant management certification on top of completing either one of these, because we understand that our culinary arts students not only want to be amazing at their craft, but possibly want to own their own restaurant or chain of restaurants one day. So they need that hospitality management experience, and you will get that and more with our culinary arts pathway. And last but not least, business and civic engagement. We have multiple different business options and public service options that you can choose from that are very, very easily transferable to four-year universities, as well as they're also high demand careers. So you can also go into the workforce after just 2 years with any of these and pretty much preset. We have everything from accounting to criminal justice, computer information systems. Our child development program is very popular. Real estate, paralegal studies, medical office assistants, and more can be found in our BC&E pathway. So with that being said, our application process is very, very simple. Just like the other community college schools, you fill out the online application, which takes about 15 minutes. You will receive an email letting you know you've been accepted, an ID number. Then you would just go through the rest of the process, which is an orientation, meeting with a counselor, and then just registering for your courses. But honestly, as long as you just fill out that interest form, and there goes the QR scan code again if you haven't done so already, we will literally walk you through everything step by step. That will get you connected with our outreach department here at Trade Tech. So with that being said, interest of time, this part is not as important, but if you guys have any questions, I definitely want to answer them for you guys now.
Thank you so much for that insightful presentation. We do have a few questions, if you don't mind answering some right now.
Absolutely, go ahead.
Okay. So first off, we had a student ask, what support programs would you recommend I look into or join?
Absolutely. So I would definitely recommend any students that qualify for EOP&S. Absolutely, when we want to get you connected with EOP&S. Also, if you are a student that is interested in also possibly transferring to a four-year university, but also wanting to get that amazing cultural and college engaged experience while you're on a community college, definitely look into the Puente or the Umoja programs. Those are going to be excellent 2-year programs for you to be a part of while you're at Trade Tech. That's going to give you free college campus tour trips up and down the state of California, as well as to any and all HBCUs on the South and on the East Coast, as well as just going to introduce you to a lot of different leadership and cultural engaging activities while being a college student here in downtown LA. Also, like I say, if you have an IEP, definitely our Office of DSPNS, we want to connect you with them, as well as undocumented students. We want to make sure that you are familiar with our Dream Resource Center.
Thank you for that. Someone else did ask, what districts qualify for the Promise program at LA Trade Tech?
Any LA County area high school. Any. We are accepting any and all. Please come.
Great. Great. And on average, how long does it take for students to transfer?
So most of our students that are looking to transfer upon completing their associate's degree at Trade Tech usually transfer within that first transfer period between the summer and going into that fall period. So the transfer process is pretty easy. We have a university transfer center located on campus that works with each student that is transferred personally, so that they make sure they're meeting all the transfer admission requirements for university that they've identified that they want to possibly transfer to.
Thank you. And then this last question just came in. Is there any pathway that helps with becoming a detective?
A detective, yes. So we have a couple of different programs that you can choose from. So we have our General Administration of Justice. That is a 2-year program. So it basically encompasses all of the criminal justice department, specifically for mostly focusing on law enforcement in there. But then we also have, for those of you that are maybe interested in on the county, the sheriff's route, we also have our correctional science program as well. So that also deals with the criminal justice aspect too, just on a different side of things. So if you're interested in any one of those, we do have that option here in Trade Tech.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us and for answering the questions for us. I think we got a lot of information. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me.
We're going to move on to our next school. Last but not least, we do have El Camino with us. You can feel free to share your screen. I believe we've already given you access to do so.
Hi, thank you. If you could just give us one moment.
Yeah, no problem.
And then just to let everyone know, I've been sent more resources and links from ELAC and LA Trade Tech, so I'm updating those as we are presenting. That way at the end, everything will be together for you all.
Hi, thank you so much for waiting. We just had to get our things set up. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen now. And then Serena, just let me know whenever you're ready.
I am ready.
Alrighty.
So my name is Michaela. I'm a student ambassador at El Camino College, and I'm a business administration major.
And then I'm also co-presenting with Michaela. My name is Serena. I am a civil engineering major and a second-year ambassador at El Camino College. We shall begin.
Alrighty, so we're going to talk about why El Camino College. So let's talk about the cost. So we are $46 a unit, and in comparison to a private university, which is about $32,000, or even a UC, which is almost $14,000, and even a CSU at $7,000, coming to El Camino for one semester is about $1,000, a little over $1,000. We also have smaller class sizes and several transfer agreements that make us a top transfer school. Also, a lot of academic flexibility. If you want to change your major, it's great to do it at El Camino, where the cost is less and you're more flexibility to do so. And we also have a ton of support services and programs that really aid with students. Oh, sorry.
So yeah, some educational goals that El Camino College has to offer. So we do have certificates. These are short-term degrees that only require certain classes to be eligible and complete those programs. We also offer associate degree of arts and sciences. These are 2-year degrees. It counts as half of your bachelor's degree, which is great. Like how Michaela mentioned before, it basically cuts your cost of tuition as opposed to going to a university in half. We also have associate degree to transfer for those students that have a goal of transferring out of community college and going to a 4-year university. So this is a little fun facts on the side. In 2019, El Camino College awarded 1,512 certificates. They're around 3,697 degrees, and we're top 5 transfers to CSU. So if one of the CSUs is a school that you want to go to, we transfer a lot of students to CSUs.
Oh, and we're top 10 and transfers to UCs as well. Alrighty, so let's talk about dual enrollment. So this is for high school students. It's a way to get ahead, save time, save money, and increase your readiness for college, which is awesome. So being a dual enrollment student means that while you're still in high school, you can take a college course or two at El Camino. They do give you college credit and sometimes high school credit as well. And the enrollment fees are waived, and as well as, you do have to purchase the textbook, but other than that, you're saving all of the enrollment fees. So for step for dual enrollment, you still need to apply to El Camino, just like the regular way a college student would apply, and you have to fill out the dual enrollment form. So it has to be signed off by your parents and your high school in order to become a dual enrollment student. And that does change if you are still in 9th grade or 10th grade. And then your last step would just be clearing your prerequisites and then registering for classes, and that's the same as a college student. So now we're going to talk about how to restart.
Okay, so you want to follow the paths to enroll. So the first step is to apply for admissions. The application is on the El Camino College website. The next thing you want to take is an assessment survey. So you'll be filling out a survey and stating the classes that you took in high school, your English and math classes, and the grade you received. And based upon those input, we will see what class you are eligible for your English and math classes at El Camino College. Next, we always recommend students to fill out their financial aid. And then next, you're going to attend orientation, learn all the good stuff about El Camino College. And then you're going to meet with the counselor and you're going to discuss an educational plan. It's just a plan, a list of classes that you need to take to complete your educational goal. And you want to do all this by April 30th, the deadline for our priority registration.
So let's talk about paying for college. So of course there's the FAFSA application or the California Dream Act that offers federal student aid to students. You want to fill that out as soon as possible, preferably before the March 2nd date to be competitive for the Cal Grants, although you can apply year round. But you're encouraged to do it right after October 1, since that is when the application opens. It is somewhat on a first come, first serve basis, so you do want to fill that out right away. And then we also have ECC scholarships. So the college actually gives out $1.4 million every year just to students that apply to their scholarships. The application opens in the fall semester, is due in December, and scholarship recipients are announced in the spring. So now we're going to talk about what else is offered at El Camino.
So along with financial aid, we do offer the South Bay Promise program at El Camino. The benefits are priority registration, no class fees, as well as additional support through your first 2 years at El Camino College. So the requirements are to complete the path to enroll. So that apply, complete the financial aid, do your assessment survey, meet with the counselor, all that good stuff, and complete all these steps by April 30th. And you must join an eligible support program as well to be a recipient of the South Bay Promise program.
Alrighty, so here are the support programs that you must be a part of to be eligible for South Bay Promise. So just to talk about a few, first year experience, this is a really great program that helps first year college students really have a support system and find a cohort at El Camino and just overall have a better, smoother transition from high school to college. I personally really like that program, and I wish that I had the opportunity to do it myself. There's also the honors transfer program, which I highly recommend if you are really motivated to transfer to a university. It's not that difficult to be in an honors course. They usually just require one extra research essay or project. But other than that, the curriculum is very similar to a non-honors course. You only have to take 5 honors courses throughout the 2-year stay at El Camino, or if you stay longer. You go to 4 workshops, and you must maintain a 3.0 GPA. And then you can also join through the athletics program, and there are also other programs as well. Serena, did you want to touch on any of the programs?
Yeah, I can go ahead. So it's an Extended Opportunities Program and Services, or EOP&S for short. It helps provide support and resources for students that have that need more financial help. They do offer cap and gowns. They offer book vouchers if you're a part of the program, and they do offer some financial assistance. So I know this semester they're giving out $350 to all of their students that are part of the program. We also have Project Success in Puente. These are cultural community programs. So Project Success, you're going to be learning about African American culture, taking classes, going on field trips with that program, and discussing African American literature and history. Along with Puente, you're going to be meeting with your Puente mentor, discussing Latinx culture and literature within that program as well. And we also have the BSSC Pathway Program. This is for the behavioral and social science students that are following that pathway and want to have a cohort and a program to go to. So if you're a social science student, that program is for you.
Thank you, Serena. Alrighty, so that's the end of our presentation. Make sure and stay connected with us. Follow us on Instagram at Outreach ECC, and our official college Instagram, elcamino.edu, and our student government, elcamino_ASO. We're also available to assist current and prospective students at our virtual information desk, which you can find through our website or going to this bit.ly. Thank you. I'm not sure, I believe we have until 5:20, so if there are any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much for that great presentation. Students, if anyone has any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. You can do so. So we do have one question that came in. What are the most notable support programs at El Camino?
Kaylee, you want to go ahead and answer that? I can if you like.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the most that are applied for are going to be the first year experience program. Those students that come straight out of high school, they want to find a place that they can go to have some sort of relativity with other students. I know for me, I joined the first year experience program and I found it to be a great experience because going to college can be kind of stressful for high school students at transition. So going to classes with students that are around the same age as me was really helpful to have that interaction and to get to know the campus even more with that program. Another program that is also highly applied for is the honors transfer program, and I feel like Michaela can talk more about that one.
Yeah, definitely. I love the honors transfer program because, you know, when I was going to high school, I wasn't like the best student. I got like average grades, but when I came to El Camino, I had a chance to join the honors program based off a professor that recommended me. It might seem like there's a lot to do or maybe overwhelming for some students if you're not the best student, but it's actually a really great to be a part of because it gives you that research experience that is commonly looked for when you transfer to a UC or a research-based university. I think for all of my classes, all of my professors say the only thing that's different from the honors course versus the regular is the research project, and they're actually a lot of fun. And I've learned so much on specific topics just from those projects, and they really do help you get to your dream school, whatever that is. For me, it's UC Berkeley and USC, so being a part of the honors transfer program has really helped me in my transfer application.
Thank you. And then we do have another question. Do you have courses to help me become a firefighter?
Yes, we do. We do have a fire tech program with several courses. I'm not sure how long that program program is though. Serena, are you sure how many? Oh, you're muted.
I am not. I'm not sure, but let me try to pull it up.
Good. But yes, we do.
Do we have any other questions?
I'm sorry, I'm just looking through the chat. They get kind of lost. So just another question that I guess it's common. On average, how long does it take for students to transfer from El Camino?
Yeah, so El Camino College is a 2-year college, but some students take longer. So for instance, I'm a STEM major, civil engineering. So STEM majors typically take around 3 years to finish at a community college and then transfer over. So it all depends on your major and what is your goal at El Camino College. And depending on that is how long it's going to take you to finish your goal here.
If you're looking to transfer quicker, you can. That is possible because a lot of community colleges don't offer the winter session, but El Camino College is unique in that we offer winter and summer. So if you are very motivated to leave El Camino or get your degree as fast as possible, you can do fall, winter, spring, summer, and fast track out of there possibly in a year and a half. If you do dual enrollment, that will also help you as well. And then some colleges, you are able to apply to transfer with only a year at a community college.
Thank you. And it doesn't seem that we have any more questions.
Okay, I did want to let the student know about the Fire Academy. It looks like on our website to apply for fall 2021, that application is due June 3rd.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that information.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you so much for having us. And if you need us, we'll be at our virtual information desk, but we hope you guys have a great day. And thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
If there's any ETS advisors who want to stay on, we are going to stay on for a minute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we're going to move on to the last portion of our workshop with Diana.
Well, I don't know.
Or
I think she
Sienna,
has to
sorry.
share. Yeah, she has to share the screen
Okay.
so they can get the Google Doc. But basically, we just wanted to thank all of our presenters. We wanted to thank you all, our students, for taking the time out to join us today for our community college fair. We're hoping that you all learned a lot, got a lot of information from it, and had your your questions answered. So before we let you go, we did want to share the link to the Google Drive folder that we mentioned throughout the presentation. So here you can just see that's the link. We're going to put it in the chat for you all for access to it. And then you'll see a screenshot, which is pretty much, oh, she clicked it. So once you press that link, here is going to be what you're going to see in the folder. So there's a folder for every specific school that presented today. And it'll have resources or contact information, whatever they decided to provide to us, that's what's going to be in there. So hopefully that is easily accessible for you all. If you have any questions about it, just let us know right now or let your advisors know and we can help you all with that. But lastly, some of you may not be in the ETS program currently. However, we wanted to give you the opportunity to join. So just so you know what you're signing up for, ETS is a free federally funded college prep program for college-bound students that are at our high schools. And basically our goal is to help you all prepare for college, get through the whole, college, pre-college process. So you all will have access to an advisor at your school, and pretty much they'll be the point of contact to provide the services and help you. So here you can see our virtual services that we're providing currently to our students. And if you are interested, if you have family interested or even friends, what you all can do, because we only have a limited amount of spots for this school year, is you can either scan our QR code here on the screen. That QR code will take you directly to our application, or you can use the bit.ly link. So there's a bit.ly link in the left side in the blue. You can use that as well. Usually the QR code is easier if you have like your phone right now, but either way. So that's how you can access the online application. Just fill it out in its entirety and then submit it. So try to submit it as soon as possible because like I said, we do have only a limited amount of spots left. We also want you all to follow us on Instagram. So here you can see our South Bay schools. That's our Instagram for the South Bay schools, the first one. And then the second one is for our Compton, Linwood, Long Beach, and LA schools. So you can follow both or you can just follow one of them, but please follow us on Instagram. That way, if you leave today's presentation and you have further questions, we can answer those in the DMs, or you can just get, like information about ETS and what we're doing on a daily basis. So if there's no other questions, any last minute questions,